Today I'm going to show you how to edit and crop and resize your images in Photopea. So if you don't have Photoshop at home, this is an option that you can use. It's a free online website that you can go to and work right off of this. First thing that you do is you upload your image. So you want to make sure you can open your image. You can find it in your downloads. So if you download it from your Google Drive, that's fine. And then you go to File, Open, and you find your image and you open it up right here. So next, let's look at cropping this down as much as possible. So we're going to go onto the crop tool, and we are just going to crop out what we don't want. Now, in this case, the black doesn't matter that much. To make your life easier, I would just come inside the black a little bit. And then once you get your frame, you hit return. The top edge is going to be a little more challenging. If you enlarge your image by doing Control Plus, it will be a little bit easier to work with. So scroll it down a little bit. I'm going to try and crop in a little bit more here. Once again, I'm not worrying about the black because there's no real important information right there, but I do need to be careful with the face here. Okay, that looks pretty good. So I'm going to crop it, bring it right in and see what happens. Okay, oops, I think I cropped too much, huh? So I wasn't looking at the whole piece. So I can go to Edit, Undo, and it brings it right back. Let me go a little smaller so we can see. It's hard on these screens because they're just small on our little Chromebooks. So I'm going to try again. I'm getting as close. I want to lose as little as possible of the nose on this piece because there is no border or no extra edge. I have to just be very careful. So like I said, the black, it's not going to change the image at all if I get rid of a tiny bit of that black. So that looks better. I hit okay. Now that looks pretty good. So here I can see if the image looks good. If I need to make any adjustments, remember, you only want to make adjustments if the values don't look like the original. So you want to make sure that everything looks as original as possible, like the original piece of artwork. You're not trying to enhance it here or make it better, unless that's part of your design piece and it is partially done on the computer. That's a different story. But if it's a painting, let it be the painting that you did. Okay, so here you can go to image adjustments and you could go to brightness and contrast. Maybe you need to give it a little bit more brightness or contrast. And sometimes things are a little slow, so working on the Chromebook, you just have to be careful. All you have to do is dial this up. I'm going to maybe bring the contrast up a tiny bit because from what I remember of Isabel's piece here, I think the piece had a little more contrast. And I don't think it needs to be brighter. If anything, maybe a little more, a little less bright, tiny bit. I think that looks pretty good. So I'm gonna, once I get it to the place I like, I'm gonna hit OK. You can also try some of the other adjustments that are here. So you could try vibrancy, hue, and saturation. If your colors aren't quite right, try hue and saturation. So see what's here and see what works for you. You can try auto contrast or auto color, but sometimes when it's a drawing, it will give you a really bizarre auto correcting. So just be careful with that. So here's my image. I think it looks good. It's ready to go. I'm going to save this. I'm going to go to File. I'm going to export this as a JPEG. Now this is the full-size piece, but I want to make sure I have a full-size image that I am working with or able to work with. So here it's saying the quality is 70%. I find that sometimes you have to be very patient with the Photopea on the Chromebook. It just takes a while to save your work. So we will see, and then sometimes it freezes, but you get the point. What I can do here is just dial this and then hit save. And then see right now it's saying save for web. I want it to save for anything. So I'm not changing this. Okay. It's totally frozen on me. I will stop this. I'm going to stop this screencast here, and I'll do another one for resizing the image, a separate one. But at least you saw how to crop and adjust the image.